focus, really pick up a ton of pace on that downhill section. So what you're taking a look here on the right, these are the zones from their lead runs. It gives you an idea of where they're collecting it. And the spot that this is grabbing the data from is how close on those outside zones to the track edge. And then on the insides, it's basically that the thickest white line that you're going to see. So here on this inside zone is the one closest to the edge of the track. Right. That's the one you're looking for on the inside zone.
It was really impressive, Simon. You know, his numbers as far as filling the zones weren't phenomenal, but his angle and his pace was so good. So, and that's really what I think gets him the victory there. A solid lead run, just really good angle, kept it up. Simon Olsen gets the win. Federico Sharifo, unfortunately, knocked out here in 32. But Simon moves on to the top 16. Congratulations to the Norwegian pilot. Yeah, there we go. Homegirl, she's a big fan right there. Literally,
big fan.
She's got a fan in her hand.
Yep.
All right, so filling up, and got some construction going on over here. Anybody know what's going on? Is that Ryan, are you building a house here?
I'm hoping for like an off-road course back there.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Yeah, right.
Jack Shanahan, Ryan Literal, two big personalities.
Yep.
Love Jack, him and his lady, his brother, his dad. Like, the Shanahans are iconic. Ryan Literal from the 909, from the Inland Empire, Southern California. Style, just got such a big personality, and love the new livery. Looking good. Jack Shanahan here in that Pulsar Turbo BMW as a transition in front of Ryan Literal. Look at Ryan. He is trying to apply the pressure. He's, again, very thoughtful. Again, as this looks like Simon. Good mimicry, doesn't have the closest proximity, but you can see him navigating that car properly. There he is. Now he ducks on in. He's taking a tighter line than Jack Shanahan. Ooh, that got a little hairy there. Almost hung himself out, allowing Shanahan to transition. Maybe a little establishment of dominance there as he passes him up the hill.
Yeah, a little bit. You never know. Drivers love to play, sometimes they're playing some mind games.
Yep.
That's just sport in general. Jack Shanahan looking really good. This car seems much easier to drive than what he was more or less dealing with on our last round. Even throughout the weekend, you can tell the Shanahans like a very particular setup in their cars, but Jack seems to have taken just a touch of pace out of it to make it a bit more drivable. But look at how smooth he is in the lead. Ryan Literal in the chase. Everything looks great. Once again, similar to what we saw with Simon, great mimicry throughout. Could have been a little bit closer in a lot of those spots, but it's a bit of a strategy to, go for that consistency in the chase.
Okay, now let's see Ryan Literal out front in the RB. He is just flying that RB flag. This is just part of his identity, and he has been campaigning the RB for quite some time. Now drags into that first outside zone, into the second inside clip. Now ripping it back around up the hill. Wow, Literal leaving Shanahan in the dust in that little pocket rocket of a BMW. Ryan Literal sounded like 4th of July, even though it's May, just the fireworks popping off in that NRG S chassis. Look at the angle from Ryan Literal. Amazing lead run by this California driver going against Jack Shanahan, who was on the box, 3rd place in Long Beach. This is a tough track, man. You got to bring it all.
Yeah, this is going to be really, really interesting. Normally, it's funny. Ryan Literal normally goes for a really, really big initiation. He went for a bit more of a straight line approach, maybe to pick up the speed. Now he caught that zone really far on the inside. Jack Shanahan gets caught out just a little bit. He does a good job of following through here. Same thing. The mimicry through this section looks really good. Look at the amount of angle that Literal is throwing through, and he's known for that style. He's known for that big angle all the way through. Jack then goes for a really good dive in this last part of the track. I know the Shanahans, a lot of the time, they like to look at a run and get notes back about, like, okay, they did well here and here, but this is the spot where they didn't do as well. We really want you to hone in on that. And that also makes it a little bit more difficult for the judges, but we got a call already.
Slide up left for Shanahan, right for Ryan Literal. It looks like Jack Shanahan gets the victory. And that was a pretty close battle, man. I mean, I could almost see that going one more time. Ryan drove really well, but let's throw it to Lorette Nickel. Lorette, look, homeboy doesn't like that call.
Hello, Jared. Odie, great job. #1 qualifier. Just got that stressor out. Top 32 is out of the way, moving into the top 16. With this new car, what are you learning lap by lap?
Well, this is the fastest track that we put the car on. We built it, we tested 5 times, we're diligent at that, but we just didn't have fast open courses at our disposal. So now at this road course, we're like, okay, let's try some of the things that we tried on a smaller course that maybe didn't have much of an effect, or maybe it didn't do a favorable effect, and let's see if it's better here. So we're kind of changing things throughout. Like in between practice, before qualifying, we made some pretty big changes. It was kind of a gamble, but it paid off, right? So same thing last night. Before our tandem, we made some changes that I had data on smaller tracks that wasn't significant, but here it might be more significant. So I think we're continually learning as we put the car on different courses.
Amazing that you're continually learning and that things are working out for you. Odie, thank you so much. Jared.
Thank you so much, Lorette, as a either or. So hey, I'm going to throw it down to Brian Egger. Break down what we're looking at here, Wally.
It's coming down to the lead runs here. You see...
Odie Bakshi's out front.
Yeah, okay, we're doing the Odie. I thought it was the other call. So going through the zones here, we got it. Your goal was to put the car into the white areas for when it's the lead car. You want your trailing front tire to go.
It just has really good composure and it just not jumping up because again, you just don't want to do anything stupid to take yourself out of the conversation.
Yeah, you got to be really, really careful throughout this entire track because there's not a lot of spots to really gain a lot of pace. So Connor does a great job of mimicking what's going on. Man, those transitions are just absolutely nasty from Connor Shanahan. But what I like is when Rome pulls a bit of angle out, so does Connor, and he picks up the speed through there. He does just such a great job. Both of them. I mean, Rome's having a phenomenal lead throughout this entire thing, and that really does aid in how Connor's able to be able to keep up with them through so much of this run. Rome has maybe a bit later of a transition. That's not really something that's more or less judged. The downside with it is it makes it harder for the chase car whenever you transition that late.
Later transition going down the hill back into 8.
Correct.
So hanging it out there. Again, like you said, that's not judged, but if you hang it out there too much, it's almost like icing somebody.
Yeah.
You delay it and you're going to check somebody up, but Connor handled that really well.
Well, and as with everything, if you compare it and the other driver doesn't do that, and if everything else is the same and the other driver didn't do that and you did, that could lead to you losing that battle. So the goal is not to block the chase car. You want to leave it nice and open. We talk about leaving the pocket
Can't
open.
impede.
Yeah. I mean, the lead car is able to go wherever they want to go. That's not a problem. But if they're not kind of like leaving it open for the chase car, that's not as good.
Yeah, give them room to transition. Don't impede their line. Here goes Connor Shanahan across the nose of the BMW in that first outside zone. Big angle there from Shanahan. Drops it into formation. Nice job by RCP. Give himself enough room. Like I said, you don't want to make a big mistake here. Shanahan, let's see, gets right to the edge of the track. RCP, he tucks that nose in very, very nicely. Good proximity from Rome Charpentier. Rome, great to see him here in top 32, and now transitioning past that last inside zone. Nice job by Shanahan and Rome. This is where I do not envy being a judge. This is a really tough one. We are splitting hairs because both runs were really, really sharp.
Yeah, that's definitely a tough one. So let's take a look here again. Connor out front. We're going to have our zone scores up on the side. Once again, that is not the determining factor here, but it is something the judges can use to help make a decision. And so far, it's looking fairly close for both of them, all things considered. I mean, Rome's got a bit of an advantage in a few spots, but Connor's able to pick it up in a few other. So right now, I mean, once again, that is just on the lead side of things. That does not take into account the chase side of things, where Connor had an absolutely phenomenal chase all the way through this. So just off the top of my head, it looks like Rome might have had a slightly better lead run. But when you start looking at the chase, you got to remember that Connor was basically all over him all the way through this run.
But look at that. Rome's like, sure. Yeah. I don't know if you saw this overhead shot.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting, and it's not an easy call for these judges. Top 32 is as difficult as it's ever been.
Okay, we got Wizards all over the place. We got Ready to Rock. We got LZ fans. Look at that. Got it all, man. Got Colette shirt, I believe, on. I mean, I love this. Again, love the fans. I know Ryan Sage and I were just talking. I remember years ago as we were taking a look at utilizing all the stats here. What are we looking at?
Yeah, so at the very bottom of that, you'll see mimic and proximity, and that is what's covering the chase. And the mimic is how well you are mimicking, like following the same transitions and timing, but even not even that, just the line as well. And then proximity is how much time you spend close to them. So this is where it's tough.
One more time, and there it is. Yeah, this is what I said. Just splitting hairs. Why not? Again, this is rewarding good runs. and both of them were really, really strong runs. I love that. And the percentage. We show you those stats and are pulling back the curtain to really showcase and highlight. This is an aid. It's not a judge. So keep that in mind, our 3 judges. So don't go anywhere. More drifting when we come back here at Road Atlanta.
Drifting is not just a sport, it's culture, it's in our blood.
Here we go, Andy Haley. Oh, he is riding that tire right on that white line.
Tires are what we live and breathe in Formula D. We couldn't do this without them.
Adam LZ here to tell you that motorsports has taken me just about everywhere. And no matter the scenario, Link ECU is the answer. The flexibility Link gives me for drifting, the precision I need on track, the durability to handle off the track, and the reliability you want in a daily driver. Even when pushing an entire motorsport to a bigger level, Link ECU has been with me every step of the way.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, race fans and Formula Drift fans, welcome back to Road Atlanta, round number 2, and the weather is holding strong. Simon Olsen, congratulations. I know top 32 is so stressful, but you also had a lot more stress that you were dealing with. What have you and your team been experiencing?
No, the weekend didn't start very well. We lost the motor and got ran over in the first practice run. And yeah, so we spent almost the whole first day just to replace the engine and everything in the rear end, or the whole right rear corner and subframe, and the engine and everything going on. It was a lot, so not a lot of practice on first day. Did 2 practice runs before qualifying, but we managed. So it's just been a very long weekend. I thought that Long Beach was going to be everything, that we got rid of all our failures, but apparently not. But it just feels very good to be in top 16 now. Federico did a phenomenal job, and he suits that car so good. So it's a pleasure driving with him. But yeah, I guess we did a little bit better job and got the win, which feels good. Top 32 is always stressful, and especially after this long weekend, it feels very good to give back for the boys and get some wins.
Simon, thank you so much. We have cars on the track. Jared.
Thank you, Lorette. As Christopher Forsberg and that Destin Industries all-new Z coming up the hill. Oh, D-Mads. He's going to be Mads at himself after that. That's a big mistake there in that coilover depot S chassis. Here goes Christopher Forsberg using the force. Happy May the 4th and Revenge of the 5th as the young Obi-Wan Kenobi, Christopher Forsberg, makes his way up the hill. Destin Industries, a new retail spot that he's part of the business. Here we go.
Nice, nice. Yeah, Forsberg looks really, really comfortable this weekend. It's so great to see. He's like a new man. It's a completely different driver now, and he's just, everything's been smoother. Derek Madison looking really good at the beginning of this chase, and I don't know what all happened here. It's like the car just kind of turned off for a second. Yeah, quick Control-Alt-Delete, clear the OBD, and he's back into it. So hopefully nothing too major. I know they just put a brand new engine in this bad boy, and they were very, very excited about it. I was chatting with the spotter a little bit earlier on. He's like, yeah, turns out engines have a set number of holes, and we added a couple extra. So
he made the LS a convertible.
yeah.
Cool.
It's got
Exited out.
It's got a screen door on it now, but this one is this one's brand new, and I'm not entirely sure what happened to that one.
Yeah, it looks like it gave up, and then when he just refired it on, you saw that back left just not rotate there. So here we go, Derek Madison now out front. Christopher Forsberg chasing him down. Derek Madison, D. Mats from St. Louis. As it looks like we are getting thumbs up, we are good to go. Matt Soap on Europa, keeping it clean. As we get those lights on, extinguished, and it's go time. The chicane, keep it up. It's not a drag race to initiation. Try to time this perfectly. But again, what's going on with D-Mats? The car 100%. Again, it looks strong. When he's at pace, he is definitely hitting it, yanking that handbrake. Now, Forsberg might play this strategically. Doesn't need to be too aggressive with that big strengthening correction. Now, bringing it in. Oh, boy. That was that.
Yeah.
I mean, that, don't know if his spotter was in his ear, but that could have been really bad, and that was the exact same location. So Derek having a lot of trouble going up into that outside, and going to the outside zone 5, having some struggles climbing that hill.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what was going on. I mean, he didn't have a great time in qualifying. Practice was decent for him, but something's going on. To have the car freak out like that in the exact same spot tells me that there's something else going on, because that's really, really strange. Now, he didn't call a 5 on his first one, so if there was some sort of mechanical, it's not something he was aware of. But either way, I mean, it looked good coming up the hill. Chris does a good job of holding back, and then Derek coming through here. It seemed almost like the car once again shut off, and then it just looped itself around. So really, really tough. I was looking over to a spotter to see if I could get any info as to what was going on, but just some head shaking. But yeah, it should be a pretty easy call here for the judges.
Yeah, it's going to be an easy decision, unfortunately. Not an easy one for Derek Madison, but Christopher Forsberg gets the win, ripping that Nismo Nissan Z up the hill, the Destin Industries vehicle. Congratulations to him. Just announcing there's going to be an event at Braden Motorsports Park out in Minnesota. That's going down the first weekend of June. That's going to be a good event to go to, so be sure to check that out and details on that. He designed a drift track.
Oh, cool.
So I love that. It's like golfers designing courses. Like
Yeah.
Chelsea's done one, a lot of other people done one. Yeah, so it's really cool. Forsberg has worked with his now prospect driver to design that, so it's really cool. Oh, man, look at this. Cole Richards, a rookie, and Tom DeMare, he's been around for a while, re-entered the conversation with a freshened up vet. I think this vet is really working out for him, but Cole Richards, notably 4th in Long Beach as TLO. Would love to see him do a backflip here if he advances on and makes it to the finals. Cole Richards ripping up the hill. This car is very familiar with this track, and Cole Richards is as well. Fills that outside zone 5 very properly. TLO does as well, but he's back here quite a bit. Cole Richards flexing that muscle, this young buck. Just a very golly gee dude. I saw him the other day. I said, dude, good job. He's like, what? I'm like, Long Beach, bro, you did it like so well, just outside of grabbing a carbon trophy as Cole Richards makes his way up the hill. Great execution on 5.
Yeah, great work throughout this entire thing. Tommy Lemaire does a good job. Waits for Cole Richards to get that initiation done. Might have been some contact as he came in just the smallest little bit through there. But a good job for both of them to kind of stay in. It might have knocked Cole just a little bit wide, causing him to miss that. It's hard to say exactly how hard that hit was. But then Tommy Lemaire doing a great job through here. He's got to pick up the pace just a little bit to really get into the side of Cole Richards. But mimicry one more time, looking quite good. Does a great job through that transition. Cole a little bit tighter through that point. Here we go. Our drone in hot pursuit. Do we see it? Oh, if he touched, it was just ever so gently. Just a
smooch?
It was just a peck on the cheek.
Was that a little Canadian smooch on the forehead?
I think it was. It was a French kiss.
Oh, qu'est-ce que c'est? Qu'est-ce que c'est a kiss?
Yeah.
All right, well done there. Did he give him the French press? Yeah, I give him the French press. All right, I know. All right, because he's French Canadian.
Yes.
All right, here we go. Tommy Lemaire coming down the hill. Let's see what he's got out front with that clean air, that XPN Corvette. Past that second inside clip. Now coming up the hill, good job. Cole Richards gets a little done and dusted. He needs to get that proximity back to Tommy Lemaire. That's going to hurt him just a little bit. But again, that allowed Cole Richards to catch up to him in outside zone 5. Now exiting out of the keyhole. Cole Richards, what's going on? Getting left in the dust. All right, now headed back up the hill. All right, so again, it was a bit of an arm wrestling match, not breaking thumbs like Dan Burkett, but that was definitely a forceful one.
I think Cole forgot he had to stop there for a moment.
Chill out, dude.
Yeah,
Zero chill Richards right now.
Sopa letting him know. There we go. Let's take a look here now. We'll get our zone scores compared. These are for your lead runs and how much of the zone they have filled. Remember, there is some penalties there if you're too far in or too far over. Coming up through 4, looking pretty good. But you can see Cole Richards having some issues, it looks like, on his run. But Tommy Lemaire not doing too bad. It's going to be an interesting one. Cole definitely got caught out a little bit later on. We'll see how this ends up playing out as we take a look at our angle. Cole definitely wins that part of the battle. But it's going to be a tough call for our judges either way. I think there's going to be a lot of comparison and maybe another view on this one to really understand exactly which way it's going to go. But it's great to see Cole really stretching his legs in his rookie season. And Tommy, now he's got a bit more time in pro. And he's really coming into his own. I know he had some engine issues earlier on last season.
Yeah.
Seemed to have that completely sorted. And judges are really having a time at this one, which is, I mean, just shows how good this competition's gotten.
Yeah, let's go from the windows to the Wally as we see Cole Richards and Tommy Lemaire waiting for the verdict. The judges scrutinizing, analyzing, utilizing all the different angles. They have, multiple different camera angles from the drones, the FPV, the Truth Serum drone, as I like to call it, a little bit more static versus video gamey, but let's look at the data. So again, green is excel, red is decel. That comes into play in certain scenarios, and there he's talking about that. On the front ones, it's the front trailing wheel,
correct.
and then when it goes to the outer zones, it's obviously that rear trailer, or basically get it to the line.
It'll be the rear. Yeah, it'll be the rear lead wheel in that case. So right now, Tommy, it's going to be the rear right in those rear zones, and then in the front zones, it's going to be the front left coming through that section there. So that's a really tight battle all the way through. But as you can see, that is what they can see through the Wally system.
All right, slide him left for Cole, right for Tommy Lemaire. One more time, and one more time. It is a one more time battle between Richards and Tommy Lemaire. Reese Marin, going to you. Reese.
Yeah, after reviewing the battle, we did see that there was errors in the lead with Cole Richards, and after reviewing, also we saw the nasty dire drop that we had over by Tommy Lemaire. Also, going into the touch and go would be 7. There was Cole did a better job in there. So once I weighed everything out, I really came to the conclusion that we had equal mistakes on either side. Figured it'd be better to go one more time to have a clean lap. They were looking pretty good. I think you can clean it up, and we'll have a better battle next one.
Again, rewarding both good runs previously in the one more time, and then now here tightening it up. So, yep. And it's right there. So, all right. Well, I appreciate it. Reese Marin as, again, one of our judges. Lorette, Jack Shanahan, he's got to be pumped, just coming off third place. What's he feeling like here in Atlanta?
Well, I think he is feeling pumped with that result. And Jack, your car is acting up, right? What's going on?
So obviously we had that major issue in Long Beach with the engine, and now we've had a lot more seat time here this weekend trying to figure stuff out, and we've just been struggling with some clutch issues and setup issues because obviously this track is much different to Long Beach also. So we're just kind of fighting that a small bit and just trying to figure everything, to be honest, because obviously we've had 0 time since Long Beach in the car to now as well. So we're getting there. We're just trying to figure it out. We had a pretty good setup on Thursday, but we've been, trying new things, and it didn't work out this morning. So we're kind of going backwards again today now, but we'll see. Next battle will either be Connor or Rome. So super tough either way, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Well, you're saying you're going backwards. I think you're going forward. We're going to see him in the top 16, guys.
Thank you so much, Jack. Definitely a humble driver. He's quiet right now, but I love Jack. Nothing but love. I mean, everybody's like my kids out here. You love them all. And just, I have favorites.
You got a lot of kids.
You have favorites.
I got drivers I know better than other drivers.
Well, yeah.
Like my kids. I got some I know better than others.
They're
probably watching.
That's what I was joking. I was like, what's your favorite kid? All right, here we go. Back to the one more time battle between the other Shanahan bro. Talking about Connor Shanahan against RCP as we drop in. There goes RCP in the outside zone. Nice angle there coming into that second inside zone. Good job. See if they learn from their mistakes on that first battle. Look at Connor sweating RCP. Yes, sir. All over him like meat sweats. Am I right there, Jacob? I know you love the sweet meat as we come back down the hill into that last. The second is now the 8 zone and coming back up the hill. I know you love your brisket.
I do.
You're a brisket boy.
I am a brisket boy. I'm gonna, Thursday before Orlando, my place.
Fired up.
All right, let's go. All right, let's get into the battle. Enough with the barbecue. Rome Charpentier doing a pretty good job here through the first and second zones. And Connor, once again, I mean, his chase game is just, it's almost unmatched when it comes to drifting. He does such a good job, and I know his spotter, Matt, is doing everything he can to kind of coach him as to what he needs to do to try and improve on a lot of these runs. I expect Connor to really lay it down in the lead run. That's where he more or less didn't win the battle. He didn't lose, but he didn't win more or less just because of the lead. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, his chase was still really, really good, but Rome, I mean, once again had a solid lead. So I expect right now, Connor, Matt's in his ear, his spotter would be like, listen, 100-point lead.
Yeah, it's got to be
good.
No,
nothing else. That is all it's all you're allowed to do right now.
Yeah, I'm anticipating maybe even a little bump. Just don't force it to one more time. Don't leave it in the judge's hands. I could definitely foresee Rome really just applying the pressure. Here we go as Connor Shanahan initiates. Rome a little late to that party. Little failure to launch there, going into that first inside zone, and the second that rear trailing perfect by Shanahan into that number 4, into 5. Good, nice fluid arch right there, and arc into 6. Now exiting out, that rectangle on the ground. Want to get that overhead view of this FPV. Justin Smash doing a great job. Very dynamic, more video gamey. But all right, so like I said, Rome not leaving much of a margin for error there. But let's take a look at it again.
Yeah, this is going to be tough. I thought the first battle was going to be a rough go for these judges, but I don't think this one's going to be much better, to be completely honest with you. So let's take a look here. Connor, once again, this is what I expected. He's going to go for this really big lead run inside zone 2, looking fantastic. Coming up the hill, this looks good through 3. Could be a touch deeper through there, but Rome stepped up his chase game. Look at him floating out. Rome does such a great job. Now, maybe not quite as smooth in the chase as what we saw from Connor, but might have been closer through a few of these sections. And Connor really crushing it. He's wrapping around. We saw him do that in qualifying as well. So there's a lot to absorb here. And we thought the judges had a tough time on the first one, this is arguably tougher. So I'm not sure if they're going to have to push this one more time again, and this just becomes a war of attrition between these two drivers. But super cool to see. And if you remember back when Connor made his debut in FD, it was with Rome.
Yeah.
It was him coming over and piloting one of these cars. And here you go. You can take a look at what we're seeing in this Wally system. If you look at that purple and gray lines there, that's some of the mimicry when it comes to the angle, to give you an idea of exactly what that is looking like in the proximity. That is our green bar that is in the bottom right. So much here. I mean, Rome is the purple line, and the gray line is going to be that's going to be Connor Shanahan. So, man, super tough battle. And there is our Wally system right there. Like I said, I got one of these bad boys up here if we really want to break down what these things do. It's a fascinating piece of technology, to say the least. So that's unit 42. There's a bunch of them here. I know they got numbers. I'm sure they got.
I am unit 42.
Yeah.
I sit on Rome's vehicle.
You'll-
All right. Well, Wally had a voice. I don't know exactly.
That could be it. That could be it. I think it should be Australian.
It should be an Aussie.
Yeah.
It should be an Aussie accent. Oh yeah, like
Are you gonna
Honey
do it?
Badger.
Oh, Honey Badger. I
No,
got it.
I'm not doing an Australian accent. All right, here's RCP, Connor Shanahan. Slide him left, slide him right. Connor Shanahan gets the win. Connor Shanahan gets the win. Hey, fun fact, Jacob, how often does Wally actually receive data?
Ooh, per second, I think it's at 60 hertz.
How many
60 times per second.
How often does Wally receive data?
60 times per second.
5 times per second.
5 times.
5 times, and that's for line, angle, in,
Yeah, that's
and
crazy.
also in position for proximity and mimicking. Yeah. These bros, easy there, homeboy, relax, a family show. So here we go. Look at Wally side by side. This is great. Hey, Reese, go for it.
What we were really looking at is when we were watching the lead run from Rome, we could see that he had a little miscalculation on inner clip 1. And as we're going through here, another error that we have in the chase here by Rome that really solidified it for me. They were doing an amazing job. Both of them were putting the car where they needed to be. We did have 1 or 2 errors from Shanahan that we had as well. But as we're going into the no touch and go, we're seeing him go through here. You see the transition by Rome, just a little bit of a miscalculation, a little bit of a hiccup there. Not quite, I know it looks like a strain because we're slowing it down, but we can see that there was a little bit of a hiccup. And that error with also missing the inner clip ended up putting Shanahan getting the win.
Thank you so much, Reese, Brian, and Vernon Zvanveld. So we're gonna take the ball here from Vernon as we're gonna keep on keeping on here. We'll be right back with more drifting action. Round 2 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship here at Road Atlanta on Racer Plus and Racer Network.
Looking for a college where you can learn by doing? The University of Northwestern Ohio puts the wrench in your hand and your future in motion.
I would recommend UNOH to anybody who wants to excel in this industry.
With industry connections, cutting-edge equipment, and programs in automotive, diesel, high performance, robotics, and more, this is education that works.
You will come to this school and you will leave 10 times what you were when you came here.
Apply now at unoh.edu.
At the limit, performance tells the truth. From the drift track to off-road to the open road, Kenda engineers its tires where failure is not an option. Vesda Performance, Cleaver All-Terrain. One engineering standard, professional grade. From the podium to the pavement. Kenda, find your retailer at kendatire.com.
Get out there and have fun. Because you've got McGuire's. And we've got your back. From wash, to paint care, to maintenance and more.
McGuire's has your hybrid ceramic solution for every adventure. McGuire's, reflecting 125 years of passion.
Keep on keeping on here. The fans are voting. All right, we got Adam LZ, Beecham, but you all right there, checkered overalls. You're getting ahead of yourself there, homeboy. All right, the finish line ain't there just yet, even though you're wearing it. As Team Rowdy over there, they living up to their name. Always, they are OGs, man. Team Rowdy, always over there and always having a good time.
Yeah, I got my hug in with Brooks Church earlier, so my weekend is nearing completion. Collecting
Are you trying to harness? Brooks Church is known for his mustache. Are you trying to harness that energy?
Let's just say he was very appreciative of the upper lip growth.
And okay, all right. Never mind. I'll leave it alone.
All right, gotcha.
Yeah, you guys like Velcro.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to the one more time as Cole Richards ripping around in. I mean, gosh, I got to tell you, I know TJ Hunt's a fan of him because he's ripping around in that Street Hunter BRZ. Let's see if he can hunt down a victory here in that Richards Racing 86. FRS and Tommy Lemaire. Ooh, speaking of the Street Hunters body kit, he shed some weight there. Headed up the hill. Ooh, Tommy Lemaire has to drop back. He went to that blue and yellow rumble strip. That's a little bit off course. Oh, no. Tommy Lemaire shuts her down. The Canadian.
Oh, no.
Qu'est-ce que c'est? What happened? Oh, man, unfortunate there for Tommy Lemaire and just absolutely just stranded.
Looks like a D-beat. Oh, he might have D-beated it.
Oh, when he hit the blue and yellow.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Make some noise for Tommy Lemaire. Do a backflip. Do a backflip. I know you lost. Do it. Backflip. Backflip.
I don't think he's celebrating too much right now.
No, that's a bummer, man. Got a great big personality. Love the new livery suit. But let's take a look at it again. What a bummer.
Yeah, tough go. Judges made it pretty clear, and I mean, it goes without saying anytime you're at Road Atlanta, if you touch that rumble strip, you're in danger. Man, Tommy makes contact there. It looks like going up here, he went way out, and he would have known right there that car was not moving anymore. He tries to put the throttle down, and you're basically just spinning rim inside of wheel, or wheel inside of tire, and yeah, unfortunate. Man, trying to go for a Connor Shanahan transition, it didn't quite work out for him, but that's a fairly big drop off, and yeah, those rumble strips are pretty nasty. So they do run that direction, but these drivers running some pretty low tire pressures. I mean, Cole got out there too, so yeah, and you can see basically the moment that it ends up happening.
Yeah, and even if he did power through the entirety of the run, he wouldn't be able to swap out that tire. You need to keep your tires underneath your vehicle on your wheels through both runs. So very unfortunate there. Suit looks great there, Tommy Lemaire. Liking the livery, the new graphic, and of course the new suit. So as the Street Hunters body kit shrouded, Richards Racing. This is a Scion FRS as it started life, but obviously more commonly known as the 86 now. Cole Richards gets the win. Congratulations to him. Unfortunately, Tommy Lemaire beating his tires go off, and unfortunately, his weekend is done.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But it's kind of part of it. You're trying to keep the tire pressures as low as you can to try and get as much grip, especially against Cole Richards, who's incredibly fast. So that's going to be a little bit of it. But let's take a look at how the bracket is shaping up right now. Top 16, the Shanahans go at it. Man.
Oh, man. That's
wild.
That's going to be a fun one. All right, speaking of the Brainerd event, I don't know, Lorette, if you're going to be there, but Chris the Force Forsberg moves on. He's going against the young buck, Cole Richards.
Yeah, he is going against Cole Richards. Looking forward to that. And Chris, I just wanted to get your opinion. How is this track shaping up, and what's the grip like?
Oh, the track is fantastic right now. The temps aren't too high, so we got a lot of grip out there. And obviously, the sun's going to start setting. We're going to come back out for 16. It's a completely different track. It's going to be really, really hooked up like it was for qualifying the other night.
And you're so happy with how the car's running.
Oh, yeah. The car's been absolutely on point all weekend. We haven't made really any changes to it, just a little bit of tire pressure here and there. And, the boys are going through it, nothing bolting it, making sure we're good for top 16. But, yeah, we're feeling 100%.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that for you. And we'll see Chris Forsberg battle the young gun Cole in the top 16.
Thank you so much, Loretta. Just admiring how youthful Chris
He looks great.
Yeah,
I'm like, he looks like 10 years younger.
Yeah, I think it's just being happy.
That's what it
is.
is.
He's in a good place. Yeah. Like, obviously, sustaining a lifestyle of drifting for 23 years. He's one of the OGs.
Yeah.
So it's great to see Chris. He's got this new sponsor, Destin Industries. It's a retail location, and so it's not a retail physical, but it's online. So check it out, Destin Industries. So. We'll tow on out TLO, TOW for TLO. So unfortunately he is knocked out. We'll be right back with more drifting action here at the iconic Road Atlanta.
Drifting is not just a sport, it's culture, it's in our blood.
Here we go, Andy Haley. Oh, he is riding that tire right on that white line.
Tires are what we live and breathe in Formula D. We couldn't do this without them.
Need parts fast? O'Reilly Auto Parts is fast. Need them now? We got now. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. We're O'Reilly Fast. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
All right, well, we are back, and again, TLO, unfortunately, with that deep beating, that knocks him out of competition. Cole Richards will get the win, but he still does have to complete his bye run here, so a little premature celebration there, but want to make sure that Cole Richards is up to snuff, so we clear TLO out, but a little celebratory victory here, celebratory run for Cole Richards. Leon, listen to Naples, Florida Zone, Cole Richards. front, and Aaron Jesse flying the more static drone. But what's crazy about that car, I remember when that car debuted with another driver here at Atlanta. What was the name, Brian? It's going to come to me. Was it Eworth?
Yeah, it was.
I think it was. Yeah, it was Eworth's car.
That car's been around.
That car's been
2017.
When you were in diapers.
Sure. All right, Adam LZ and Trenton
Adam
Beecham.
LZ, Trenton Beecham. Adam LZ in his Drift HQ, BMW E36. Trenton Beecham, FL Pro, Clonex, Penthouse vehicle. As he's been making a lot of noise, burning rubber here out on track, off track, and taking him down. Adam LZ, arguably one of the most popular drivers in the Formula Drift Championship. Let's see what Adam LZ has in store for the more modern BMW. But Adam LZ will lead Beecham in his rearview mirror. All right, coming through the start chicane, we'll slow trickle. Roll on into it. Let's see what kind of initiation Adam LZ's got. Looks like a little faint entry there, Manji, into that outside zone, into the inside zone 2 and 3. Now coming up the hill, Beecham. Bathing in the smoke, getting marinated in it. Oh, and Adam LZ way off course. That is very uncharacteristic of Adam LZ, shutting her down.
Does Adam have a puncture? I thought.
Take a look.
Yeah, sorry, I don't want to get too far ahead of it, but it looked like potentially he maybe not DB'd it, but at least punctured. If we can get a shot of Adam's driver's side rear tire. There we go. Oh, drone is on it. Thank you. Yep. That is a puncture.
Where? Are you seeing?
Right there.
On that back. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, this screen's a little brighter.
DB'd puncture, regardless, because he went hard in that.
He went hard.
That dirt can grab it, and that could mean that Adam LZ was out. We'll have to look. Now, this is where I think Wally's really going to come into play. Was he forced off by Trent? Was Adam already on that path?
Well, this view's definitely going to tell us. So the big thing is, like, was there any contact? So Adam pulls a bunch of angle out, and I think Adam's going off track well before.
But I mean, he might have pulled a TLO there on the rumble strips. The tire might have came off, and that's why it didn't grip up.
I think that might be the case. If it's going to come off, that's where it's going to be. He didn't go quite out as far as what we saw with Tommy, but I believe that might be the... Oh, I don't know. You can almost see it pop. It's, no, it came completely off when he swung
when
out.
You hit the dirt,
Yeah, there's kind of like a moment where that comes off. So we can take a look here with that Race Data Labs Wally system. You can see how far into that zone he is. Big decel, and then that is where he goes off track. Now, there is contact with Beecham in the front.
He couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. But, I mean, honestly, Adam was more or less going out, so...
This is a big blow there for Adam LZ. Very unfortunate for Adam. And again, I know he's got very ravenous fans, and they want to see him move on. But great execution there by Wally, just capturing. You can see way offline, decels, and then goes into the dirt, and that's where, like you said, it might have DB'd it in the dirt. Not due to him going into the rumble strips like Tommy Lemaire.
Yeah, and you can see there Adam going back and watching that replay instantly. A little worried there. He got real close to his phone. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's definitely unfortunate. I do think it, just at least from the rumble strips, if that didn't take it out, it was when he went off into the dirt when it more or less happened. So giving a thumbs up there, but yeah, that is a really unfortunate circumstance for him.
All right, yeah, taking a look back there, they're gonna. That's definitely a bummer for Adam LZ. As taking a look, he's looking himself to.
Yeah, he's probably waiting on a replay on this one too. So, yeah, tough go. They're gonna have to. We're gonna have to take a look at this probably again, but.
I feel like this is Spaceballs. What's happening now? That was then. What about now? It's gone. Already happened.
So taking a look one more time, we're more or less just seeing on that decel side of things, you can see the red that's coming in behind Adam. This is that red trail that's back here at the very back of his car. So we see the green that pops up, but I mean the contact is happening as he's going off track regardless. We can see now our judge is taking a look at it. So this is the slow-mo, that red trail once again that's coming up behind Adam. To me, the way that Adam is projecting off track, he's going off track regardless of the contact. That's how I'm seeing it. Judges may see it differently, but that's more or less how I'm indicating that one.
Yeah. Yep. So don't know exactly what we're looking at, but that definitely.
Yeah. It's a tough call on that one. It's going to get interesting with some of the rulings and stuff about timeouts, but I mean that's an independent DB, at least in my mind. So tough call. Judges are really taking a hard look at this one because they want to make sure that there's nothing else that happens. So you can see as well. I mean, if we can run it back just a little bit before this, because Adam would have already DB'd it at this point in time. So there we go. We can scrub back for a second, and let's pause it right here. Oh, there we go. So as Adam is coming up the hill, slow it down just a touch. And you can see the projection that Adam's got basically at this point in time. He's facing off in this direction, and basically what's going to happen here is Trent Beecham is got a closing speed. You can see that there is the red that is behind Adam. That indicates that he is slowing through that section. And Trent Beecham, he is on that tighter line. He's coming in this way. But Adam he's already going out. He's already making his way out. And to me, he's already basically off track at the point that Trent Beecham was going to make that contact. Yep. So Adam would have potentially DB'd it before that, and that's why that car kept basically traveling out in that direction, and Beecham's got nowhere to go. So that's at least how I'm seeing it. Maybe the judges see something else, but regardless, Adam's got a DB'd. That would have happened. If there was some sort of contact before that, maybe there's a bit more of an argument to make, but
independent.
More or less that's how I'm
it was independent.
Yep.
Yeah, it was independent, but what's great about that is utilizing that data supports it from the telemetry system that is from Race Data Labs. We lovingly call it Wally.
Yes, Wally is the unit, that unit that is on the top of the vehicles, as you can see there from Beecham. So really cool piece of technology. It's been super fun to work with them and really understand, and especially just with the development. And it looks like this is going to be a buy run here for Trent Beecham. So as long as he's able to get out, he's going to get the win.
Yeah, really well done there. Thank you so much, obviously, Jacob, for breaking that down, everything that we saw. But it again just brings clarity to the situation. This is something that, it's been in development for 23 years. We know what I mean?
We had the decel lights, and those actually helped in so many situations. But this is like the decel lights, but 100 years in the future, where we can pan and zoom and everything else. Like, this is exactly what we needed to resolve a lot of these situations. And that to me, if nothing else, the Wally system helps us get clarity in unique situations. It's a win in my books.
All right, the Penthouse FL Pro Clonex is coming on down. This is a buy run for Trenton Beecham. Doesn't hit the beach, but he's beach on. All right, let's throw it to Lorette Nickel. Lorette at the top of the hill. Lorette, who you got?
Well, I have Cole Richards, and I am so impressed with his driving. And I asked him, are you so impressed with yourself? And he said, I don't know. I just love driving. Cole, how is everything shaping up for you here at Road Atlanta?
It's pretty hectic. The practice session that we had Thursday was pretty meh. And going up against Tommy, who is an incredible driver, it was stressful. I'm not going to lie. Going into top 32 the nerves were kind of coming, and we faced Tommy before. We know we can do it, but we did it. We did it in the way that no one really wants to do it, with the whole DB situation. That really sucks, but we made it to top 16, so we're living our best life, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely doing big things in his rookie season. Well done. We'll see you in top 16.
It's like a up and coming Hunt & Co, dude. He's got the Speed Hunters kit. He's got the Hunt & Co hat on. I know TJ's watching right now. Him and Sabrina watching back in San Diego.
He's a good company kid. Good company man.
Keeps it moving forward.
Yeah. Just
Vaughn Gitt Jr., Nate Chen ready to throw down, and the champ is back in the building. The boss man, RTR. Here we go. Vaughn Gitt Jr. will lead at his Monster Energy Ford Mustang RTR Spec 5FD. Nate Chen and a Chen. Let's see what we got from him. Chasing down a driver who's had probably more turns on this track than a lot of the drivers out here. Into that outside zone 5. Chen, good composure, chasing down the two-time champ. Nate Chen with a lot of wealth of information in association with Jerry Yang Racing. Falls back quite a bit there, and Chen comes in tight to that second and final last inside clip.
Yeah, you could very easily estimate that Vaughn's had over 200 laps here if you really think about it. Yeah, easily. I mean, maybe touching on 3, and it's showing here. Vaughn looking so good all the way through. I really like how aggressive Nate got on the rear of Vaughn through that section. You have to. You're going against that big car, you know Vaughn's going to lay down a solid lead line. And he's a heads-up driver. He's just going to put it all in the line. He's here for fun. He's having a good time. So Nate Chen, you might as well go for it. Vaughn's looking stable. Unfortunately, Nate shoots out just a little bit wide coming out of the keyhole. And then, unfortunately, at that point, it's just playing the catch-up game for the rest of the run. Vaughn looking...
Hey, you know what? I push Mongo too, bro.
Do you?
I push Mongo.
Okay.
Yeah. So don't shame Mongo pushing, bro. Do you know what pushing Mongo is?
Yeah, I got the wrong foot. You know, it's like
not the wrong foot, just the other foot.
Oh, not bad. I snowboard goofy, so yeah, I'm right there with you.
Goofy.
Yep.
You snowboard with goofy.
Yeah. I'm in Florida now, so
yeah. All right, let's see. Nate Chen, regardless, he's pushing Mongo, but he could push his car around this track into that first outside. Vaughn Jr. scrubbed a lot of speed there. That was interesting, right? He went through it to angle and kind of scrubbed a lot. Now coming back, it looks like he regained that ground now in the outside zone 5. Good job by Chen, filling all that zone. But Vaughn Jr. back in the saddle. Is Nate Chen going to take him down? Good job leading there by Nate Chen. Vaughn Jr. almost pretty comparable.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Nate with the clean air out front.
That was a solid lead from Nate Chen.
Solid lead from Nate Chen.
Yeah, his outside zone 5 was actually sick. I was pretty sure he was going off track on that one. He managed to keep it all together. So I love the size difference between these two vehicles. So Nate Chen, big thing here, he gets on the rumble strip, which allows him to pull a ton, he gets a ton of speed coming through that section. Vaughn's on the traditional proper line there, which means he's going to scrub a bunch more. But Vaughn does a great job of getting back into it. Look at that outside zone 5 for Nate Chen. I mean, a 93% fill rate. That is fantastic. And it catches Vaughn just a little bit, but as they come down the hill, that RTR can just pick up more speed than is. I mean, it's unbelievable how much speed that car can pick up. So we'll take a look at how this all comes around. But yeah, Nate Chen, I mean, at the end of the day, you got to be proud of that lead run.
Is that?
That was Brooks.
Oh.
Okay.
But it looked like June Meng with him.
Oh, it might have been.
I don't know.
I just saw the mustache immediately. Knew it was. Can we get a replay on that?
Looked like June.
I mean, June's local, so.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's around. He's not far.
All right, so here we go.
That is June.
It is June Meng. Hey! June Meng is in the building. Don't leave June hanging. High fives for June Meng. Don't leave June hanging. Remember that Facebook group? Anyone remember?
Nope.
Remember that? That's great. There's an old video where people are high-fiving and June's just standing there with his hand up.
Oh my gosh.
Don't ever leave June Meng hanging.
We swoon for June.
Swoon for June. Vaughn Gittin Jr. waiting for the verdict here of Nate Chen. And let's see. Look at the judges analyzing it, utilizing Wally.
This is a tighter battle than I think we thought it was going to be.
All right, Vaughn Gittin Jr., Nate Chen, slide him left for Vaughn, right for Nate Chen, and Vaughn Gittin Jr. gets the victory.
Whoa.
Oh, not unanimous. Reese Marin says, hey, go one more time, but he is outpowered by the verdict of Brian Eggert and Vernon Svonda. All right. Hey, question. What happens if there's bad data reading in tandem from Wally?
I mean, well, we're in tandem. We're just not going to use it. It'll just be all human stuff on that side of things. But that would be, yeah.
Yeah, just scrub it. But also, because it's happening so fast, 5 times in 1 second, it's basically eliminated. Cannot be used as a judge's tool for the period of measurement.
Yeah, exactly. So we got humans here. We got the old judges. I was going to call them something else. I realized it privately. Anyways.
The seniors, the oracles.
That's what happens when
the all-seeing eye, the great Raven.
When the mouse starts working faster than the brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cody Buchanan, James the Machine Dean. Buchanan's got it in him to take down this giant of James Dean. Yes, he is human. We saw him go out in top 16. Cody Buchanan would love to have that. Buchanan ball coming down, but James Dean will lead in O'Reilly Auto Parts. Pennzoil, Ultra Platinum, Ford Mustang. Now coming up the hill. James Dean, good placement by him. Fills that outside zone, going 4 into 5. Going to outside zone 5. Nice job by him. Coming into 6. Ticks that boxes. And hits the reboot. Coming back down the hill. He's got the bum shades on. But the heat wave is felt by James the Machine Dean.
So, chatting with basically anybody that goes up to against James for the first time, they all kind of say the same thing. It's fantastic to chase because I know it's going to be heads up. It's going to be an incredible run. I can just bury the car in there. but I also know that as soon as he hits that go pedal, he's going to start disappearing. And that's kind of what we saw here, right? Cody's doing a great job. He's doing everything he can, but this feels a lot like bringing the wrong piece of equipment to this battle. But I gotta give Buchanan credit. I mean, he's doing a great job. The mimic is there. When you get to that point, you got kind of two choices. You either just straight line it and try and pick up as much proximity as you can, or you just run your race behind him, get as much mimicry, and hope that something else changes. The hard part now for James is that Cody's car significantly slower. He's going to have to pedal it a long way. James is really, really good at doing that because he's used to driving cars that are absurdly fast. But still, you can have a mistake. We saw against Diego Higa, like things can happen.
Yeah, most definitely. Again, James is hot off of he got a podium there in Drift Masters as well, right? So all right, here we go. Cody Buchanan leading, and James Machine Dean in the chase with him. Look at this. So here's that separation. But you talk about that go fast pedal. Watch James Dean reel him in. That is strategy right there. He tempers it back, dials it in. He doesn't know exactly. Just keep in mind, Cody Buchanan. And, oh, buddy. Cody almost looped it there into the horseshoe. And look at that horsepower. He is right there. And he is just throttling back. James Machine Dean, you saw him just like, he was drooling. He was like a dog looking at a steak. He was just ready to pounce on him, but that was showing you just a veteran move.
Yeah, and you know, he doesn't want to be caught out again, and he's got to. It's one of the greatest things about these drivers is when they do make a mistake, that you correct it. That's the difference between a good driver and a great driver, is admitting when something went wrong and never doing it again. And you can see that here. He's making sure he's staying in this battle the whole way. Cody's lead line is really, really good. He got a bit too much angle coming through the keyhole, but he did a great job of getting that going again and making sure he's picking up the pace. And yeah, it's just it's a solid lead run, but unfortunately against James Dean, it's probably not going to be the one that takes home the win.
All right, well, James the Machine Dean or Cody Buchanan, and James the Machine Dean gets the victory. Your 5-time champ is on pace. Cody Buchanan, he knew it was a big battle, talking to his spotter, walking up here, and you know, you got to stay positive. You know, again, he is human, but he is the machine, so you can't knock him down. You got to take him out. Here we go. So we'll take a short break. When we come back, more Formula Drift action here at round 2 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship, Road Atlanta.
Live loud. This is what we are.
Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? There's an O'Reilly Auto Parts. Turn left, Tyler.
Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you don't want to do the repair yourself, we can recommend a shop for you.
Okay, Tyler, let's go fix your car.
Auto Parts.
Well, the weather, the fans, everything about Road Atlanta is an absolute blast. And Connor Shanahan, we're going to see him move into top 16, doing battle with Big Brother Jack. What can the fans expect?
Yeah, this is always an exciting one. I think it's the first time ever in FD that they get to see this. So
yeah, me and Jack probably have some of the best battles in world drifting. You know, I think we always push to the limit, so they can expect big things. But yeah, I got to switch it on. Struggling a little bit today, can't really release, but yeah, good battle with Rome. Props to Rome, was pushing really hard and drove a really clean battle. So small margins, and yeah, we need to be a little bit better. We know what this guy does. I spend every day of my life with him, so he's one of the best in the world. It should be an exciting battle, and we're both fighting for a championship, so none of us want to lose, right?
Absolutely. Now, when you have these days that are a little bit tougher than others, what do you do to start firing up?
Yeah, it's hard. I think, you know, I started the finish line after that battle and was like, oh, give me this one, please. You know, I don't want to finish the day like this. But yeah, it's a whole mindset thing. You know, I think drifting is close to 80% mindset. You know, you wake up, you have good days, you have bad days. And yeah, it's nothing's wrong. We struggled a little bit with car setup in practice, which kind of, you know, made me self-doubt a little bit and not believe. But yeah, I just got to keep telling myself that I'm one of the best here, and I got to believe and ride with that. So yeah, we'll try push. Jack and me will have a lot of fun. There's going to be no pressure. It's always a fun time. It's like we're back home in the practice car. So you can expect fireworks in this one and let the best man win.
Connor, thank you so much.
Thank you, Lorette. As back to the action here, Diego Higa will lead Dan Burkett. Diego Higa coming down the hill in that first outside zone. Nice job on the clip. Diego Higa, man, that time off, I don't know what he did, but do more of that, because it is working out for him as Dan Burkett, that Rad Industries Mark IV Supra, coming to outside zone 5, now into 6, ticking the boxes. Nice job by both the drivers. Outside zone 7, now working their way back the hill. That is null and void. This one is active. That is an inside clip. Oh, Dan Burkett way off course. Gets into the dust.
Whoa.
We are definitely going to be utilizing Wally because that is not where you want to go. We saw that come into play yesterday, and that took some drivers out as they took themselves out.
Yeah, we'll see how this all plays out. But at the beginning of this run, it started off very, very clean. Higa using those rumble strips to really push that car out as far as he possibly can. You don't really want to be doing that. That is going to be a bit of a detriment to him, but it does allow him to get that zone as fast as possible. Bit of a left foot brake there for Higa out front in the red 8.6, and got Dan doing a great job in the chase all the way through. Higa seems to be setting his car up just a little bit slower than what we saw previously. And Rad Dan, oh, what a save. What a save. That could have been absolutely brutal. It looked like Higa just kind of caught a bit of grip as he was going up the hill, and Dan shot out just a little bit. Remember, too, we caught that interview earlier on, Rad Dan operating with a pretty injured hand right now.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's going to be the one that's, you know, running the shifter, running the handbrake. So, oh, man, that's it's not good. You hope the adrenaline's holding them together.
Yeah, and I know Dylan Hughes, he broke his thumb a couple years ago when he was riding dirt bikes, and his had pins in it. He put it like in a cast, and it was just firm. So, I mean, obviously, he's just addressing it accordingly.
James Dean won an event with a broken collarbone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And,
Warriors.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we go. So Rad Dan Burkett, we have yet to establish, again, he did go off course. You did say he saved it, but keep in mind the blue and yellow is off course. So he did have 2 in the dirt. So that could impair, obviously, the outcome of this for Rad Dan Burkett. He needs to put down a heater run to leave no doubt that he wants to move on. Dan Burkett coming past an inside clip 2 and 3 now up the hill. Look at Diego surging forward. He punts Rad Dan out of the way, and Dan goes off course. Was that Diego was he too aggressive? Was Dan slowing down? And this is, again, a great opportunity to utilize Wally as Wally, again, accumulating. How many runs has Wally logged this weekend? How many do you think?
Carry the 2. Gotta be over 300.
It's actually over 400 laps of the top 23 start. And how many bad readings do you think?
Like 2, 3?
1.
So that's right. 0.25% failure rate. Yeah,
okay, sorry.
That's pretty crazy.
Nerd.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. All right, so big question here is going to be what happened with Rad Dan, and did Higa go too fast, or did Rad Dan slow down? That transition from Higa catching up from behind, that is nasty. Nah, this is going to, okay. So
Excel D-Cell is going to come into play here. The red and the green behind the vehicles utilizing Wally.
Yeah, that's the only way we're really going to be able to figure this out. So remember back in the day, we would have had acceleration or deceleration lights. So Rad Dan is allowed to decel through part of that section. From first glance, I would say Higa was too aggressive. That's just, right, this is just me using my eyes, watching this like any other fan is. That's the first thing I would think of is like, okay, Higa was too aggressive. There is a decel as part of that zone. That was laid out in the track map in drivers' meetings, but now we're going to be able to look at the rest. So you can see Rad Dan definitely slowing down. Higa looks like he's trying to slow down, but he's not able to do the whole, like he's not decelling enough. So it's not like he's accelerating into Rat Dan, but he's definitely not decelling. So we can see here, that is the red circle, that is the red line that is behind Rat Dan, indicating that he was slowing down in that section. But we might be able to see some stats to show what Higa was doing through there.
Yeah,
well, he definitely wasn't picking up speed, but he wasn't slowing down enough to match.
Well, Diego could still coast. His momentum, obviously, you can't just stop immediately. So the momentum could potentially just push him up the hill. But yeah, the excel and decel trail, like you said, Jacob, just repeating what you just said. But the red trail, that's decel. Obviously, green, he is on the throttle and accelerating up the hill. So analyzing probably both runs as well. You know, the first run, approaching that finish line, Rat Dan really, he got into the dirt, did salvage the car, which is good from going into that wall, because going counter course too. We talk about those gator strips, but here we are back going from 4 to 5.
Yeah, I think the big part here is going to be what that speed differential is between the two cars. A little tough to tell. I believe Higa is the red number, and this is what the judges are looking through right now. So you can see what they're seeing and how they're judging the whole thing. So Higa's number is the red number, and that is his speed. And the blue one is, in the top right, is Rad Dan's. So Rad Dan's is definitely slower. Higa's got, from first glance, about 5 miles an hour faster going into it. We do allow for a decel in there. It's just going to be interesting to see how they play it out.
Also, I am getting confirmation on that first run, as we were talking about. Rad Dan did have 3 wheels off on going back up the hill, but Dan Burkett gets one more time, and Dan Burkett gets the victory. So 3 wheels off. So I definitely want to talk to the judges about this, because there's a lot of things going on here. But Dan Burkett gets the win. Let's throw it to Lorette, and we'll come back and talk to the judges. Lorette.
Hello, everyone. Von Gittin Jr., welcome back to Atlanta. Glad to have you. Happy to be here, right?
I am pumped to be here. Just having a ton of fun being out here with the team and just being in the mix with it all. It's a good time.
What are your expectations about what you're able to accomplish out here?
Well, my expectation is to win this weekend, if I'm completely honest. But, that's why I show up, to try my best, right? Right now, the way I'm feeling, I feel like I'm there. Our Mustangs have made a lot of changes, over the years, and this year, another edition. And so it's my first time driving it, getting acquainted with it, but I feel very connected to it. It's a lot of fun to drive. It's very easy to drive. So I think for me right now, it's just a head game of, being smart. I have a tendency to want to go really fast because it's fun, but I know if I'm smart, I can hit all my marks, and the judges are really rewarding good lead runs. And I know I can chase. And so I just need to stay in that headspace, calm and cool and collected, and just let it all come to me. I got great equipment. I got a great team. My whole family's here. And in fact, my boys are at a lemonade stand in the pit. So we're just having a blast, and I'm super grateful to be here. And big love to everybody that's watching and supporting us.
Vaughn, thank you so much, and hello to Abby and the family.
Yep, absolutely. I bought a cup of that lemonade for life. $5 going on down there. Also, myself and Chris Forsberg are going to be at the K&N booth 6:45 during the halftime break. Come on over, win a 1-of-1 Viper chair. All right, so as Matt Field, a K&N athlete himself, is going against Ken Shiroguchi. Matt Field, the Beast from the Bay, the Borla Performance Heatwave Corvette against Ken Shiroguchi, a day one. Been drifting and competing here since 2004. Look at Ken Gucci just waiting for him to launch as Matt Field goes in that first inside zone. The second, Gucci pedaling it, tempering it, going up the hill, getting into that fourth and fifth zone. Look at the fluidity here from Matt Field. Nice job by Matt Field. And Ken Gucci tucks into that smoke pocket, comes up a little bit short, exiting out of the keyhole. Now again, inside two becomes a great placement there. Matt Field understeered and just plowed into the wall. What the heck happened there?
Man,
it was perfect placement. That was one of the best because he hit that front trailing tire, hit that square perfectly.
Yeah, so it's just a guess, and I don't want to guess too much, but partway through that run, it looked like Matt was down on power. I'm wondering if he lost a set of belts again or something. Just partway through. Oh. We're hearing that it's possible that there may have been contact with Gucci. I missed that, and Oh, absolutely gutted for
Just lost
Matt.
traction.
That's
son of a gun.
big wave.
Make some noise for Matt Field.
Just
Matt
happy he's
Field,
okay.
He's fine. That is. So you can obviously see that Ford Star wheel is missing the GT radial tire, but the contact could have caused that and lost traction. Let's run it back, but the big star is that last inside zone.
Yeah, so let's take a look and see if there was contact. Partway through this run, I was saying it looked like Matt was kind of down on power or something. It seemed weird, but maybe that's what caused it. So Ken through here. Oh, no contact there. We immediately heard, like, okay, maybe something was going on. But Matt went wide through that section. And then right here, he's not making a ton of smoke. He's on throttle, but he's not making a ton of smoke. But then there in transition, there is contact, and that's what